Here we go. Well, hello. Welcome to the I Shall Bloom Show. My name is Sandra Williams, and I am the host. A show where we interview and we have a great time. Um, we interview a special guest whose work and legacy has profoundly uplifted the community for the better. Of course, each week we share ideas, experience, because you see here at I Shall Bloom, you shall bloom, we shall bloom. Today I have Miss Veneilia Taylor, and she is going to talk about the do's and don'ts of taxes. Woo! You know, taxes, the T word, is a hot topic. So I know people are like, go live versus, normally I'll do it privately and edit it. So this is live. If you guys have any questions or whatever, chime in. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Miss Veneilia Taylor. And I forgot to say the name of her business, which is so cute. It's Every Penny Counts. So again, Miss Veneilia Taylor. Woo! Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you so much, Miss Sandra. I am
Yes.
feeling great. It is awesome to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So again, I am Veneilia Taylor. I am the owner of Every Penny Counts Tax Service. I have been in business for 17 years. I am well abreast as to the tax laws, the do's and don'ts, especially of our small businesses.
Yes.
There are a lot of things that we are not paying attention to, and
Yes.
people are telling us, "Oh, write everything off so that you don't owe." But there's a bottom line to that. So, thank you for
Oh.
having me.
Yes. So how did we come together? Because I was
Oh,
looking, I mean, it's just so many in this world today. Here at I Shall Bloom, I always want the people of color and brown and black people who are business owners and business who can teach us.
yes,
And so I was referred to you by my pastor, Archbishop uh, Priestley,
Royce
Royce
Priestley of the
Priestley.
Rose of Sharon Ministries. Yes, a
Exactly.
wonderful
So
pastor.
yes,
I have been attending and worshiping under Pastor Priestley for over 20 years now. The Rose of Sharon is a wonderful church home.
yes, yes.
So if you're looking,
If you're
Rose of
looking,
Sharon.
there you go. That's it. So, okay, so today we're going to talk about because you're going to do my taxes,
Yes.
my taxes. So I'm going to be the tester, which I am excited to do. So, tell us about how long you've been in the business, and then
Mhm.
we'll talk about the first step.
Okay. Well, I have again been in business for 17 years. I specialize in our self-employment.
Yes.
Being that I am self-employed, I also hold a W-2 job, so I know how to ensure that I'm paying only the taxes that I am supposed to be paying
Yes.
and not overpaying.
Yes. Because lack of
Okay.
knowledge, we overpay and then
Yep.
we get in trouble for underpaying.
Yep. And while everyone thinks that you're supposed to get a tax refund, you're not. You're supposed to pay what is allotted per your income, and
Mhm.
that's it. The goal is to not owe.
That's the goal. Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
thinks, oh,
Want a
well,
check.
I want a big, yeah, I want a check.
Check. Yes.
But
I don't want to
really,
owe.
if you qualify for that check, that means you're under a certain poverty level. And I do believe our goal is to make money
Yeah.
because every penny counts.
No, that's
So what
right.
we're trying to do
Woo.
is make money, only pay the taxes that we're supposed to be paying, and taking the rest of our money home.
I like that.
Okay.
See, that's a lack of knowledge. The whole thing you just hear. Oh man, when I get my taxes on, and when people depend on buying
Mm-mm.
new houses and buying new cars on that tax return.
If you manage your money
Hmm.
and save up for that, then you're not dependent on a tax refund.
Ah, see, that's
You
education
know,
again. So,
a tax refund is an overpayment of federal taxes. It's not a gift. That means that you have overpaid and now the government's giving you something back.
and so it's still you've
It's an
overpaid.
overpayment.
And so you have to wait for them to give you their
You got
time
it. On their time,
on their
they'll
time.
give you what you overpaid.
See, so that's another learning thing. It's not really a good thing to be getting money back. Of course, you don't. The main goal is to not owe.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the goal. When you're self employed, everyone's saying, well, write that off, write that off. When we're
Hmm.
self employed, we pay 15.3% in self employment tax. That 15.3% is how we pay into our Social Security and Medicare. If no one's taking that out, as a job does, you pay federal taxes, you pay Social Security, you pay your Medicare.
Yeah.
If no one's taking that out when you're a 1099 employee, then when it's time for you to retire or you become disabled and you're looking for that bucket, there's nothing in that bucket because you spent the last 10 years writing everything off, telling Uncle Sam you didn't make any money. Okay, well, you didn't make any
Okay.
money. There's nothing in your bucket here either. So I hope you've been
Oh.
managing your money for the last 10 years
Oh
and
wow.
putting something up
See,
because
the
you
nest
haven't
egg
been
for real nest egg.
for real nest egg.
Oh wow. Okay, so what's the first step for me? This will be my first time for I Shall Bloom.
Okay.
Is that the right questions or
Yes, no,
well,
you're
let's do your
fine.
books.
So
Let's do your books and then we'll do the hard part.
being self-employed, we are
Yes.
required to show substantial documentation
Yes.
of our income and our expenses that we are going to tell the IRS. So you're going to tell the IRS, I made X amount of dollars. So we're going to use either some type of electronic system where we're
Mhm.
accepting debit or credit cards or the different online methods of payment. They're not
Yes.
paying me, so I'm not going to plug them.
Yes, exactly. But we know that yes.
We know, you know what I'm talking about.
Right, right.
So there's different methods of accepting payments.
Yes.
Okay, if you're not using those and you're using cash, then you need to tell the IRS how much money you made and how you have spent that money. So I have my income and expense tracker. This gives you an opportunity to actually write down your income and your expenses. So how are you making
Oh.
money? How much money have you made?
Yes.
How are you spending that? Okay.
Yes.
Of course, we keep our receipts.
Okay.
And with receipts, we all know that that ink fades. I strongly suggest you take a picture of it,
Oh.
email it to yourself, create a file so that if that receipt is lost or it's paid, you have that. You keep track of your income and expenses so that it is in writing because substantial documentation is required.
Yes.
If you do that all year, at the end of the year, you don't need to try to remember
Going
where you
back and
made
pulling
money at.
paper. Yes.
Try to remember, what you spent income on. A mileage, vehicle expenses are extremely a major deduction. Okay,
Okay.
you have to keep track. So I have my mileage tracker. This
Wow.
once again gives you an opportunity. I went here, I went there, I used my vehicle for business use, and I kept track of that mileage so that you can write those miles off at the end of the year.
Okay.
A lot of people say, "Well, I kept my receipts from my repairs and my gas."
Mm-hmm.
Just as a heads up, it is more advantageous to keep track of your mileage than it is your repairs. And it's easier and you have the documentation when you're writing off business use miles.
Okay.
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 I also have my to do journal. This is just a
Ooh.
to do journal because I have a lot going on.
Yes.
I have my businesses. I am in school. I
Yes.
am a wife. I am a mother of four, a grandmother of nine. I have a lot going on.
Woo!
So
Yes.
I created my
Blessed.
to do journal. This gives me an opportunity to write down things and make sure that I keep myself on track.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh man. That's
Now,
beautiful.
heavens forbid something were to happen to me. I do not want my husband going up to a mortuary saying, "Give me her thumb. I need to get into her phone." So I have my password tracker. I literally write down all of my logins, all my passwords,
Yes.
so that heavens forbid something happens to me. I keep it in my nightstand. My husband has an opportunity to go in there and make sure any accounts are closed out and so
Yes.
forth and so on.
Yes.
We're supposed to
And that.
be changing our passwords and having two-factor authentication.
Mm-hmm.
This gives you an opportunity to make sure you update those passwords.
Awesome. Yeah, because we
Okay.
forget them. We
And
forget
I'm
our
leaving this
password.
with you. Was a
Okay.
cover on the Black Business San Antonio.
Woo!
This is an opportunity for you to find additional people to interview and
Okay.
bring to the I Shall Bloom show.
I love it. Thank you. Look at
You
God.
are
Again,
welcome.
He always just blesses and blesses. When you give, He gives. When He get, it's just a raw, like I always say, a snowball rolling that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And oh my God.
Absolutely.
And now I was worried. And so I went to my pastor and I was like, I need help with my taxes. Who do you? And he said, boop, boop. It was without a doubt. Quick, 5 minutes. Boop. Here you go.
I
So
appreciate that so much.
yes,
I will definitely let him know.
yes. So, what's our next step for me?
So my next step for you is going to be exactly what I need. I need to
Yes.
know how much money you've made, how you've made it, and I need to know what expenses you have. You're paying for your space. How, first of all, are you going to show that you have an income? Are you going to let the IRS know I made money here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have.
You're be ready to pay 15.3% of your income after deductions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a money management thing. I always say pay yourself first. So when you have money flowing in, you pay yourself. You put a certain amount allotted for taxes so that you are ready at the end of the year. Being self-employed, we don't want to hear, "Oh, I owe X amount of dollars to the IRS."
Yes, you want to.
We want to have that bucket already sitting there because we have managed our money correctly and appropriately
Yes.
from January to December.
Okay, so if
That's the job.
it's the job.
That's the job.
Okay.
Take care of your back office.
Yes. Oh.
That's it. You got to manage that back office.
Yes.
Part of that back office is making sure you have those funds allotted for your taxes.
And that's we all like, oh, I'm going into business. I'm
Mhm.
going into business, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do
Mhm.
this, but we don't think about the legal aspects,
Mhm.
and then we're in trouble, and then we're out of business. So every penny counts, like she said. That's the name of her business, but every penny does count. So the main goal we've learned is to not owe.
Yes.
Okay, so my first thing is I need to let her know how much that I made, how much I brought in, and then be ready to be taxed on that if I get a refund, or if not, be ready to pay.
Yes.
Be ready to pay. Okay,
Because
so
well, you if you're trying to go and being self-employed, you
yes,
want to purchase a home, you want to get an apartment, get a vehicle, you use your Schedule C, your profit and loss statement. If that profit and loss statement says you made $5,000 for the year and you wrote off 25, why would someone give you a car? Why would someone give you a home? You haven't made any money.
yeah. So
And that's what you're telling the IRS when you say, "Oh, well, write everything off. I don't want to owe you." Okay, that's fine.
so it's a
Keep in mind, everyone else is going to see the fact that you haven't made any money. So
right.
why would we give you credit?
So
There's a
so
bigger
I've been
picture.
yes. I'm new. I haven't been in business a year.
Hmm.
So is it okay to be? I mean, a
You
loss.
may
I haven't
absolutely
made.
it happens.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you have a business loss, then it is what it is.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying to be dishonest. Oh,
Yes.
be
Yes.
honest. If there's a loss, there's a loss.
Mm-hmm.
But just keep in mind at some point, you're going to have to tell the IRS, I am a business. I am
I'm.
making an income from this. It's not a hobby.
Yes. It's not just a little
It's
something.
not a hobby. This is
Okay.
my source of income. This is my life.
Make it that way. Yes. That's my goal.
That is the goal.
Okay. So I had a few other. I have a lot of questions. So
I
I
am
want to
here.
go. I wanted to go back to using bank account statements.
Hmm.
That works for you as well.
Yes,
Doing
make sure you
statements.
have a business account.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a business account, what you don't want to do is transfer money from your personal to your business.
Yes.
If you need to take money from your business account and put it into your personal account to pay yourself, to pay personal bills, you go to the bank and you say withdraw
Yes.
from this account and deposit into this account. You
Mm-hmm.
do not transfer. And the
Okay.
reason being, in the event that the IRS audits you and it's a random computer system,
Mm-hmm.
if they see that funds have been transferred from your personal account to your business or vice versa, that gives them the right to see your personal account. So keep them abreast. Keep
Right.
them in your business, not in your personal life.
So what
The
if
way
you
to
you started out with your personal?
That's a behavior. You can change
Uh,
it.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Change it.
Change it.
You
Okay.
didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Now you know.
Okay.
Do different.
Okay.
That's it.
So bank statements. You just talked about mileage and
Hmm.
hotel stay and motel stay and
If those are for
travel
business use,
business.
absolutely.
Oh,
Make
okay.
sure you keep track of that and make sure you understand you need to show that that was a business meeting
Yes.
that
Oh,
you attended.
uh-huh.
You cannot go on vacation and call it a business.
Yes. That's
There's a
right.
difference.
Uh-huh.
Going on a cruise is not a business
Right.
expense.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Going to Vegas and say, oh, well, we met in Vegas. No, you could have met
In
on
your
East
home.
Commerce.
Yes. Yeah. You could have met
You
here
did not have to go
to
to
Vegas.
Vegas
Uh-huh.
and stay in this five-star hotel
Yes.
for this business meeting.
At the wind.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
it just was not necessary.
Okay. So the videos and the that I've done over 100 videos and haven't. What if I have a payment card of how
Hmm.
much I charge,
Okay.
but what if they am I able to write those off? Those ones that didn't get paid for?
Absolutely. So anytime, so if I were to provide a service to someone
Yes.
and they say I'm going to pay you on X day and I'm not paid, that is a deduction. I provided a service and
Okay.
I did not get paid on that. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a
So
loss.
okay.
That is a loss.
Yes, it's just so overwhelming because
Hmm.
I didn't realize how much
And you don't until you start writing it down and looking at it and paying attention. That
and
back office.
yes, that back office.
That
Yeah,
back
my eyes
office.
are open to the back office. The front office is good, but that back office needs to be tight.
Yes.
So, what
Yes.
is your favorite thing about doing taxes? Because you're a money person. I mean, you're a
Yes.
numbers person. So,
I like teaching people. And
mhm,
so this tax season, what I've learned is a lot of people have not updated their W-4s. So they have a regular job.
mhm,
They have children that are 15, well, 16, 17. They're thinking, well, I have two dependents. No,
yes.
you don't.
Um,
No, you don't. So on that W-4, it needs to be updated
uh,
because with the new W-4, the way it is, there's a section that allows you to write the number of dependents that you have.
right.
When you do that, you are applying a $2,000 credit throughout the year. So now here's the end of the year, and that 16-year-old turned 17 before the end of the year, and that credit is no longer applicable. So you haven't paid federal taxes appropriately.
Mhm.
You've gotten a credit that does not apply,
Yes.
and now at the end of the year you owe and you don't understand why. It's because you didn't know any better.
Yes, but they don't care about that. Even if you didn't know, you didn't know.
E- It's
But
our job as consumers, as taxpayers,
to
to
find out.
educate ourselves. You find out.
That's right.
If you got a check stub and I don't want to hear that, oh, everything's virtual, you have an opportunity to log in and check your check stub. You see that you're not paying federal taxes, you need to question HR. What is going on here? Do I need to update my W-4? It is our job, not your job.
Yeah. And
It
that
is
happened to me
not your
before too.
employer's job to
Mhm.
update your W-4 and let you know, yo, you're not paying federal taxes. You're going to owe at the end of the year. That 16-year-old just turned 17. You don't qualify for such and such a credit anymore.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
You, someone needs to tell you.
Yeah. So what's new in the? I know I was looking at something about did I receive something tax credit for something something something. I'm like I don't know. I don't know.
They're speaking on increasing the additional child tax credit. That has not been passed yet. That change has not gone through yet.
Hmm.
And then once again, if that teenager is going to be 17 at the end of the year,
Yeah.
then you don't qualify for that credit and you need to go ahead and make sure you're not getting that credit throughout the year. There are people saying I haven't changed my W-4 since I got my job. I know, but your children have grown up every year
Uh huh. Yeah. And
and
you
you
didn't
no
get
longer
paid.
qualify for those credits.
And so we set ourselves up, not
For
trying to
failure,
fail,
not trying to,
not
but
getting caught up and
mhm,
getting your money taken away
mhm.
from you one day. You're like expecting a refund, I guess, or
Yep,
a paycheck, and then they have that.
ex-
What is that?
expecting a refund and
Hmm.
you don't get it,
And you
or
don't
you
get it.
end up owing because you haven't paid federal taxes throughout the year.
Wow.
No,
So
everyone's goal is to make more money.
yes,
And
my
here's
goal is to
another
be
thing.
prosperous.
It's
That's the whole. I mean,
exactly
God says that He wants us to be in
to be
health
prosperous.
and being prosperous as our
So
soul
if you're
prospers.
making more money and now you don't even qualify for those credits,
Hmm.
but your W-4 says that they are applicable, once again, you're going to owe at the end of the year because that W-4 is extremely important.
Okay, so what about marriage? One person is disabled and new marriages.
Hmm.
Um, like how do you head of household or
Head of
what is
household
those? What is
is
that?
only when you have a minor child. That's another thing. I've seen a lot of people
Hmm.
single with no children stating that they're head of household. No, you're not.
Oh,
Not for
see,
tax purposes.
hmm,
You are single.
you're single. Okay.
Because if your tax is head of household, they're going to assume that you have minor dependents at the end of the year. They're expecting those dependents on that W-4, on that W-2,
Yes.
or excuse me, on that 1040, and they're not there because they don't exist.
Okay. So
So
that's single. So
once
you're single,
again,
even if
it's
you're married.
that W-4 when you have a regular job that pays you and provides a W-2 at the end of the year. They do that based on the information that you have put on that W-4. If it's not accurate, then you're going to have a problem at the end of the year.
Okay.
And there's nothing you can do at the end of the year.
Right. It's too late.
Do it now.
Yes. Oh, okay. So mine's is I have single, and they take a lot out of your money
Hmm.
when you're single, but
Hmm.
that's when it comes back, I guess.
You have now you're paying what you're supposed to be paying.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So okay. So My first step is to gather how much I brought in.
And how much your expenses were, what you spent money on.
And, whew, okay,
Yep.
so my equipment, all this stuff
Every anything that you spent money on
to
to
use
for your business,
business. I shall bloom is
a deduction.
deduction. Okay.
It's my job to put that deduction where it belongs.
Okay. Yes, and I like what you said. The who and the when or the what and the why or
Yes.
whatever you said.
Yes.
Something. Say that. What is that? It's your job, and
It's my job to put the deduction where it belongs.
yes.
Okay. So is this an entertainment deduction? Is it supplies? Is this, vehicle expenses? Is this advertisement? That's my job. I need to
See,
know
that's
what you spent your money on, and that's it, how much you spent.
so. These. When you're in Walmart or you're walking around and you see these tax services that don't know you, you don't know them, and you probably miss out on a lot of.
No one's explaining.
Yes, you still don't learn.
They sit down, they do some data entry, they tell you this is your money, your refund. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, and you move on.
Right.
But no one's sitting down and explaining to you,
Right.
okay, you made X amount of dollars. So yes, you qualified for the earned income credit, you qualified for the child tax credit. Your child is 16. On next year, you these credits will not be applicable. Please update your W-4 immediately.
Yes.
They're not giving them that information.
Right, right. Everybody looks at that big number.
That's it.
And I'm learning. I mean, this is
That's it.
new to me because the whole goal is always get something back. That's not the goal. The
The
goal is
goal.
to not owe and to be prosperous and to make
That's
money,
it. That's it.
or either, I guess, balance out,
If
break
I make
even. But I,
55,000 a year, I don't, and I have two children, I don't qualify for the earned income credit. If I paid correctly into my federal taxes, then I don't owe either. Okay.
so
So
it's
I've
just,
taken my money home. I paid the federal taxes that are applicable, and I'm living comfortably.
yes. Okay. That's it. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal is to live comfortably.
Live comfortably.
So what?
Now, I can make $20,000. I can have two children. I can take home a $10,000 tax return. Do the math. That's $30,000 for the year.
Something's wrong here.
Do you want 30 or do you want 50? Where's your mindset at?
Yes.
I would prefer to get the 50, pay my
Yes.
$5,000 in federal taxes,
And
not
leave me alone.
qualify for those broke people credits, and be prosperous.
And I think
But
that's
that's just me.
well, I think that's another way of slavery. Um,
So if I make $20,000 and I'm broke and I struggle all year, then the IRS is going to say, "Ooh, I'm so sorry. Let me give you this $10,000." Do the math.
amen. See, it's another way of slavery. The whole thing, the tax thing, it's another like segregation. I mean, we're in Black history, so I'm just bringing all these little things that we need. Lack of knowledge, another way of holding you down to stay in a, this income level.
Yeah, stay in this
Poor
income
man.
level so that you qualify for this little bit of money.
Yes, I want to be. I mean, I like the 100 grand.
You
I like,
know?
what I mean, over 100 grand a year, and the millionaire status.
And guess what? I pay the federal taxes. I don't qualify for those credits, but that's okay.
Yes,
I'm
'cause
living good. I'm comfortable.
and it's more. I make more than those little things. Why would I want to keep myself down?
And that's what you're doing.
Oh man,
You're keeping yourself
that's
down.
subtle
If
thing.
I make too much money, then I'm not going to qualify for those credits. If I make too much money, I don't need to qualify for
For
those
those
credits.
credits.
Change that mindset.
That's beautiful. Change the mindset, and you change your life. Change the
That's it.
mindset, and you change your life. Because so what about buying a home, and how does that
You
the
have
new
to show
home?
that you have money.
Yes,
They're
and
not
see,
going to, you can't purchase a home with $20,000 a year. The goal is to make money and
be prosperous.
be prosperous.
To give to be a blessing. Like this whole thing is learning. Learning is power. So I will never be, just this I Shall Bloom show is a ministry, and I just thank God for the people that He is sending me, to fill my backpack. I call it a wisdom and nuggets. And so I know the goal. The first thing for me is to say, give you how much I made,
Mhm,
the wins and the whys and the what,
mhm,
and that's the business expenses.
mhm,
Um, and so that consists of anything: the equipment,
mhm.
traveling, uh, business travel,
Yes.
events.
If you were to, okay, so a lot of people want to write off their lunch. So is the IRS going to pay you for your lunch? No.
Because
The
you've
way
already.
that the way that you're able to write off entertainment and those type of expenses
Mhm.
with the new tax laws, and a lot of people don't know this, if you have an employee and you say, I need you to stay X amount of hours because we're busy
Yeah,
and I'm going to cover your meal, that is a deduction.
not just
If
the
you
meal.
have a business meeting
Hmm.
and it is not extravagant and your goal is to bring this client in,
Yeah.
that is a deduction. Never any alcohol. And remember that when you're doing your receipts.
Yes. No.
So if y'all eat and then, okay, business meeting is over, let's have a drink, separate those receipts because if alcohol is on that receipt, that is no longer a tax deduction.
Wow. Listen, listen, people, listen. That is no longer the drink of wine or whatever the margaritas.
That is no longer,
uh-uh.
you just ruined your tax deduction.
Yes, and
Just ruined it.
on the movies they always take people to the strip clubs.
Well, that is a movie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it's just like if you buy a whole lot of supplies.
Yeah.
What I have a lot of construction and landscapers. We use, those Lowe's and Home Depots and Walmarts and so forth for
Mhm.
personal as well. Those are the receipts that you need to keep. And once again, you need to separate that. So if I go into Walmart and I'm going to get supplies for my business
Mhm.
and I need things at home, I'm going to check out twice because my receipt needs to show for business use. As soon as I add personal items on there, that's it. And a bank statement saying I went to Walmart and I used my bank credit card is not sufficient because once again, there's no way of proving that I purchased items for business use.
Okay.
Even as landscaping that could have been supplies that I used for at home.
Yeah.
There's no way of showing that it was used for business use.
Mhm.
Now, if you have a project that you're working on, you go to Lowe's, you purchase those supplies, you put that receipt with that, invoice,
Mhm.
there's your documentation, substantial documentation. And on the IRS website, it says we require substantial documentation.
Okay. So, I opened up an Amazon credit card, especially for this business.
Okay.
I paid for my LLC.
Okay.
I paid for my LLC website.
Okay.
Um,
And use your card for that. Okay.
yeah.
Those are all business expenses.
Okay.
Now, do not turn around and go buy a book for personal use.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No. Well, I need flyers and
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. So soon,
Business,
business. Okay.
business
Yeah.
expense.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, how long does it take to? Some people get their taxes like in 3 days or something. They say. I don't know. Is that?
No, they don't. It
Oh.
is a 7 to 10 day for a tax refund. It's 7 to 10 days, business days.
Oh.
I do advances, so there are a lot of people that with the same day or 24 hours, they're able to get an advance of a refund that they're expecting.
How? What's the limit on the advance?
That is dependent on the
What they
client.
want.
So if the minimum is 500, the maximum can be half of what you're expecting.
Wow. And
Yep.
so, is there interest? I'm sure there's an interest
There
rate.
is always, well, if you get up to half, then
Mm-hmm.
there's interest involved.
There's
Yes.
interest. Oh.
If you get 500 to 1,000, there's no interest.
Wow.
Yep.
This is just so. I'm like trying not to jump because, but uh, this time, you know, but my goal next time is
Hmm.
to. I don't want to have to deal with the crumbs,
Right.
and I won't say crumbs, but the lower level. God wants me to be prosperous. He
Yes, he
wants us
does.
all to be prosperous.
He
So
does.
me accepting the level, it doesn't represent God. You know what I mean? So I'm one of his representatives in um, royal priesthood, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, a
Yes.
royal priesthood.
Yes.
So um, I loved it. So
Well, thank you for having me.
what else do you have? What else can you tell us about taxes? You've been so educational, informative. What else can you tell?
Ways to lower your taxes. If you have an IRA, you can put up to 6,500 in there. That is not taxable income. So you have 6,500 sitting in a savings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not taxable.
And it's not
So
tax.
if you want to find a way to put some money up,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way.
Oh, Oh, okay. So you do that too.
Yes.
You have a way. Oh, okay. So
Health
creating
insurance.
generational wealth.
Having insurance.
Mhm.
Health insurance, if you're paying where an employer is not assisting you, it's another deduction. I assist with health insurance as well. I have an insurance agency as well.
Oh wow. So because they're calling.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
I
God.
offer health, life, dental, vision, and several other supplemental
Mhm.
um, insurances.
Well, I called, being that, on the lower level now, just starting in business and
Hmm.
not really prospering. So I qualified for the people that call for all these different ones for free.
Hmm.
Is that normal? Is
That
that
so
good? Is
with
that a good
the
success?
with the Affordable Care Act,
Yeah.
we do have premiums that can be up to $0. You
Yes.
got to keep in mind your deductible and your maximum out of pocket. So you have a $0 premium, but if you're paying, a high deductible or a high maximum out of pocket, then
Mhm.
it's not advantageous when you go to the doctor. I am self-employed. I am a walk-in example of what the ACA offers, aka Obamacare.
Yes.
I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. I pay $1.17 a month.
I like that.
When I go to see my doctor, I have a $0 copay. I needed prescriptions the other day. I had 3 prescriptions, $52. I had to have some exams done. It was only $120.
Right.
I pay $1.17 a month.
I like that.
I like it too.
I think I'll, yeah, thank you.
And these are policies that are available through the ACA if you have
Mhm.
an agent that is paying attention to
Yes.
what those requirements are, making sure that your PCP, your primary care physician, is in
Mhm.
the network. Making sure your prescriptions are
Mhm.
going to be covered.
Yes. Oh, see, you look for those things.
Absolutely. And with the Affordable Care Act, it's also a tax credit. So you have to make sure that when you're entering the information, so it asks you how much have you earned.
Yes.
You have to actually have an income to qualify for
Yes.
the ACA.
Yes.
And then your premium is based on that income. We have a lot of agents that are going in, they write your policy, your income changes throughout the year, and they don't update the ACA. So now you're getting more of a credit than you should have. At the end of the year, you end up owing. So
So
you have to have an agent that's going to be diligent and contact you throughout the year and say, has anything changed with your income? Are you making more money?
yes.
Are you working more overtime? Do I need to update your application? Do I need to update your policy and make sure that you stay within these limits
Wow.
so that at the end of the year, you don't have a problem?
See,
It's taking care of that back office all year.
taking care of the back office, you guys, very important for your success of your business because it's not all about getting a big check at the end. It's about being able to afford to pay your taxes and then have and well, you exceed the amount that you want to make. That's the thing. We always want to go above, right?
Yeah,
Above
absolutely.
and prosper. You know what I mean? So, let's see. So we talked about the procedure of the taxes and everything that you're able to. I won't say the word write off, but
Hmm. Well,
um,
it's right off.
write off.
It's a
Okay,
write
that
off.
you're able to write off in your business.
Hmm.
Let's see. When we talked about insurance, even she's vast on the several insurance policies and practices and procedures as well. So, how did you learn all of this information?
I am a licensed insurance agent.
Yes.
I do have Equality Insurance Agency, so I
Okay.
have an insurance agency as well as my tax service.
Yeah. What's the name of your your
E-
insurance?
Equality Insurance Agency.
Equality Insurance Agency. So this is, I mean, God is just like I said, every day God is bringing me and bringing someone blessed on something that I need and just had questions about. And so she just answered my question. So for those of you who are, confused, you're getting 400 phone calls a day. Oh my gosh, they will not stop calling. Call Equality. Miss
Yes,
Veneilia here,
yes,
Miss.
please.
So she has that program for you. Is there anything? How can someone reach you?
I have my website is www.epcts.com. So you can go onto the website. My calendar is on there so that you can schedule with me. I am all over Facebook. Put in Veneilia, I come right up. There's
Mhm.
Every Penny Counts also has a Facebook page, and you can schedule with me through my calendar link.
Wow, awesome. And so I'm looking at the
Yes.
spotlighting Black-owned businesses. This month is we're Black all year round, but it's just great now that we have a whole month to celebrate as well together as businesses. So I applaud you.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed with you, and I'm so glad that you are doing that and helping and educating. So, are you having any forums or anything? Would you like to come back
I would
again?
love to come back. I
And for
look
you do
forward to it.
my taxes, we will.
Absolutely.
So that's what we'll do. Once you do mine,
Hmm.
and then we'll come back and we'll talk about
How that went.
how that went.
Sounds
Yes,
good.
yes. So again, let's talk. Let's go over these books.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
we have the Money Genie password tracker.
So that and the reason you'd have that is for family members. If anything happens, like God forbid, um, people we don't have each other's passwords. They change. So this is the tracker. So all the person that loves you, your family members would have to do is just go in the book, and those passwords are there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Your to do journal is just keeping you on track. When you have a lot of things going on in the world, it's just keeping you on track.
Yes, and that's awesome. Okay.
Your mileage tracker is keeping track of the mileage for your business use so that those deductions can be written off.
Yeah.
Substantial documentation is required. It's hard to go back and think, okay, how many different places did you travel? Did you leave from home? Did you leave from your office? Did you leave from one business to another business?
Hmm.
If you have this in your vehicle, you sit down, you take a minute,
Hmm.
and you keep track of it.
Wow. Curb to curb, curb to curb.
That's it,
Uh,
curb to curb.
yeah, curb to curb.
And then you have your income and expense tracker. This is
Yes.
extremely important.
That one
You
right there
need to
is
know
dun 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 dun. That one right there, huh?
you need to know how much money is coming in. Where is it coming in from? The different avenues, the different opportunities, cash, debit,
Mhm.
credit, online. You
That
keep track of that and then you keep track of your expenses. Where is my money going? And then this gives you an opportunity to sit back every week and say, am I making money?
yeah.
Do I need to do more?
Can that be
Do I need
better?
to market more?
Yes.
You know,
Hmm.
that's an opportunity to see it in writing.
Oh, I'm a realtor as well, new realtor, and there's fees,
Oh
MLS
yes.
fees.
Yes. Those are
Woohoo!
legal and professional fees.
Okay. Well,
You're showing homes. You're using your personal vehicle.
yes.
Keep track of your mileage.
Okay. So that's I'm gonna have to go. I mean,
Hmm.
I can do it.
Yes, you
Hmm.
can.
I can do it. So,
And I'm leaving these with you to make sure you have
wow!
an opportunity to do so.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
I want you
much.
to go through here and find some more of our wonderful businesses
I will.
so that
I'll
we can
go
bring
there.
some more people to the couch.
Yes. Amen. Thank you. Oh man, Lord, I thank you.
You
This
are
is
very
just
welcome.
beautiful. So again, Miss Veneilia
Yes,
Taylor,
yes, ma'am.
I welcome you again for this show, and this won't be your last time. You'll be back again once we
Absolutely.
file my taxes. I shall bloom and the rest.
Yes.
And again, she can be reached at
210-687-0237 or go to my website and it's www.epcts.com. I'm located at 12414 Nacogdoches Road in Suite 120, right off of Naco and Thousand Oaks on the northeast side.
awesome. Again, my name is Sandra, and I can be reached at Sandra at ishellbloom.com and also on my YouTube, which is I Shall Bloom Talk Show. Twitter is I underscore shall underscore bloom two. And I have a host of others, and I need a social media person to do that for me. But again, I welcome you for being here. And you know, my saying is I shall bloom, you
You shall
shall
bloom.
bloom, we shall bloom and blossom. So I thank you all for watching. And also, my phone number, it's 210-986-9881. Also, 210-426-7404. Um, would like you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, give me a like, and don't forget to ring that bell because you never want to miss a premiere episode of the show. Bye now.